If you want to share your work out there in the world, even more than you're doing now, whether you're a newbie, whether you've been doing it for ages and maybe have pivoted, or even if you've been doing it for a long time with quite a big audience, the one thing that you need as a business owner is more visibility. The one thing that you need as an ambitious professional is even more visibility. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you visibility that's as easy as ABC. And I should say that slowly because I know that sometimes the text picks it up incorrectly, but that's visibility that's as easy as ABC. So I have been kind of networking quite a lot recently. I've done a number of speaker gigs, even just this year, even though we're only in kind of halfway, a third of the way through March. And one of the things that comes up the most is this feeling of not really knowing the best way to put your work out there. Now, there's three elements of this. Let's call it the page, the stage, and the screen. Whether it's social media, whether it's your website, whether it's an online thing, so many people focus on the SEO side of things. And that's an important thing to think about at some stage. But before you can really be effective on that, it pays well to be able to know the ABC. So I'm actually going to take you through my ABC, which is a nice precursor for the visibility activator system that I created that helps you to put yourself out there, raise your professional profile, and be more visible, whether you're an employee or whether you're a self-employed business owner. So I'll show you. And by the way, if you hop on while I'm live, by all means, do type in the box. I love to hear your comments. I love to hear your questions and answer your questions. But what I will do is, if you are more of a lurker and you're listening or watching this behind the scenes, then by all means, listen and watch behind the scenes. But I will give you a number of ways that you can take this further because we've only got a few minutes that I'm going to share this stuff. So if you want to take it further and you want to take it further with me, then I'll let you know how you can do that. So first things first, you're sitting at your computer, you know you need to write a blog post, maybe you need to write an article, even you want to write something that you can post on social media, but you're just not really sure what to write. The number one thing that I find with a lot of my clients isn't necessarily that they don't know what to write, they don't know which bits to write. Think about it. If you were to pull out all the ideas that you've had in your head and lay them out in front of you, I'm sure there'd be quite a hefty pile. Imagine a massive pile, a meter high of spaghetti strands. So here's what I suggest you do. Follow the ABC. I'm going to add that to the screen right now. She says, there it goes. So you'll see that this is a simple Venn diagram, but one that I've been teaching since 2018. So, oh, you've got a meeting, so watch the replay. That's absolutely fine. So here's the thing, whether you're a business owner, so self-employed, or whether you are an employed professional, the audience are the people around you. It's really important to speak to that audience. And many of us, the reason why we're not sure what to write or what to type is because we're not really sure of what's going on. What do I mean by that? Now, let's say that you're a business owner. Let's have a look. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on my Facebook page, or if you're watching this on LinkedIn, I'm recording this live, scriptless. Obviously I know what I want to say, but I'm recording this live. But someone's made a really interesting point that I want to kind of pull out and use as a helpful point for all of you. And that is idea overload is a conundrum. They use their priority tabs, which helps a ton. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you have to speak to the people around you. Now, if you're an employee, the people around you might be your team. You might be a leader. It could be that you're aspiring for promotion. So the people around you might be people that are part of the leadership team or part of the board. You might be looking to get into the boardroom. And what a lot of people do is they generalize the messages that they want to share. And when you generalize it, it doesn't engage, it doesn't land, it doesn't impact, and it doesn't always make sense to the people that you need it to make sense to. So, one of the things to know about being visible is assess your audience. Now, if you're a business owner, as a business owner, you will know that your products and services can likely work for anyone. But if you speak in that way and work for anyone and everyone, they won't hear it. So, one of the ways to stop you from staring at a blank screen and not knowing what to write is to think of the person. Yes, the person, not people, the person that you're writing it to. And that comes from the work that we delve down deeper in part A, the audience piece. Okay. Second thing, let's give the example that you have created a video. Maybe you've done it on your phone, maybe you've done it on your computer, and then you've made 3, and then 5, and then maybe even 10. But you are a bit kind of like, I don't want to share it yet. I don't sound right. I could have said this bit better. I forgot to do this. I forgot to say this. Actually, a lot of that doesn't matter. What does matter is the B. So the B is all around the business side of things. So if you are a business owner and you are a person that wants to work online, solely online, you don't want to go out to networking events, you don't want to stand on stages, you don't want to go and teach people in boardrooms or classrooms or corporates or anything like that. You need to make sure that your visibility is working for you. Remember, the whole idea of visibility is so that people know what you do, know who you are, and get to see how you can help them. So it's visibility that sells your services, your products, all your services. It's visibility that has you raise your professional profile and be seen as the person to go to for the thing that you do. And it's visibility that actually helps you to be more magnetic and have people come to you. So the B part is really important to think about, like, who am I doing this for? Is this a mixture of online and offline? Is it just social media? No social media? Is it speaking? Because there are different nuances again. As an example, quite a lot of the clients that I work with to help them to develop their signature talks and to help them to enhance their presentations or speaking, depending on what their end goal is, depends on what we tweak on there. But what a lot of people try to do is they think of an idea for a talk and they write it all down. They often tell me, I'm just going to get the words out of my head onto this piece of paper, and I get it. But the way you write it down will serve a good purpose if you're blogging or sharing on social media. It won't serve the same purpose if you want to speak it. It's just a kind of different cognitive set of skills that you use. So it can actually hold you back from doing that. So depending on the type of business model and business that you've got will depend on how you approach your visibility in the ABC. Hey, it's Cass. Cass is saying it's the bottleneck of ideas and words, and then wanting to please and appeal to all people instead of just one person. But I'm going to out myself here, because the weird thing is, when I stopped trying to be all things to all men, a lot of people found me. Let me give you an example. No worries, Sebastian. Great to have you join us. Thank you for your comments and thank you for your interaction. So let me put it this way. Imagine that I say to myself, from this moment onwards, I'm the coach that works with people with pink hair. Now, people often panic and think, but I'm excluding people with different color hair, they won't want to work with me. But what actually happens is the people with pink hair know that you're for them. The people with blue hair that have been thinking of a change and thinking that they would like to try pink hair will knock on your door, quite literally, approach you and say, look, I know I've got blue hair, but would this be suitable for me too? And jump in. Then you might have the person with yellow hair who's like, oh, I love my yellow hair. I'm rocking my yellow hair, but look at all those people with pink hair. I really want to do a bit more of that, be a bit more of that, have a bit more of that. So when you speak to like one person, you're able to get like drilled down to what they're about, people will understand it. People will resonate it. Multiple people will resonate with that, and multiple people will be drawn to the work that you do. This is one of those things where if you're not doing that already, or you haven't, you've just got to go out and do it to see the effects. And this landed hard for me 2 whole years after I started my business, where I thought, I'm just going to give this a try. And lo and behold, the world and their wife wanted to speak to me. I now like roll out this visibility work in so many different industries and sectors, not only the business owner community. I work with founders, I work with CEOs. I also work with companies that are based in retail, high-end design wear, makeup artists. I've worked with solicitors, financial services. And the only way that that can happen is by me thinking of the actual characteristics. I talk about psychographics, but the actual characteristics of those people. And then finally, we have the C. It's not for client, but it's for credibility. Now, here's the thing about being credible. Credibility isn't you hanging your cart on someone else's horse. So I might share an example of something which shows I'm credible. It could be that I talk about, a client or a company or corporate that I've worked with. But the minute I shut my mouth and hit end on this broadcast, that's it. It's all over. I have to build that credibility again. So knowing where you are on that will help you do the 3 things that I said in the description of this. And that is, when you're staring at a blank page, you now know who you're speaking to. So it's not going to be blank for very long. You know exactly what you want from it in terms of your business model, because it aligns with that. And you also know how to demonstrate your credibility, because you've got that there. Now, if you are one of my ambitious employees, maybe you're already on the leadership team or senior management team or the exec team, and you're looking not only to be more visible within your organization or firm, but within the industry, same rules apply. Your audience will react differently. You need to ensure that you're speaking to the correct audience. Otherwise, you know that feeling when you're sat in a boardroom or maybe sat in a meeting, you give an idea, everyone nods, somebody else says the same thing five minutes later, and everyone's high-fiving them and patting them on the back. And you just think, nobody hears me. I haven't been taken seriously. I just feel like I'm not heard. That's exactly the same thing. From a business perspective, you are playing within the confines of the business model of the organization that you work with. So there's no point you going rogue for brownie points or trying to stand out and be remembered. You have to work within those confines, but you can do it in a way that has your business, your firm or your organization be seen even more within the industry. This is when you start getting invites to, sit on panels or even moderate panels. This is when people start asking you to speak at conferences and inviting you there. And in terms of your credibility, you need to be able to demonstrate what you do. But that alone, and there's stats that show this, 10% of people that do a really great job will never see the pay rise, never see a promotion. 10%. Then the next kind of level is 27% of people who toe the line, have a good reputation, do everything, play by the book and everything else. Same thing. No pay rise, no promotion, no career enhancement. So it's really important that you nail these ABCs. Now, obviously, I've been talking for 13 minutes, and I promised you at the beginning of this video that by all means, go back, rewatch, have a look. If you're after kind of more nuggets and you're like, Jenny, I'm good, I have got my YouTube channel. Please go over and subscribe and have a look at the many pieces of content I share there. But if you're looking to really enhance this, I'm doing a number of things over the next couple of weeks that you can dive in and get involved in. I am taking business owners and employed professionals personally through their ABC. But if you want to look at how we can do that and work privately together and put your strategy together, you will need to either just pop the word below saying private, and I'll privately message you and send you the link, or send me a message wherever you're watching this, and I'll send you the link. The reason I do that is I want to have a chat with you to make sure that what you want to achieve and how I can help you achieve it is a good match. Okay. Sometimes it isn't, and I'll say, this is what you might need to do first. Sometimes you'll want to try one method to do something else. And I've been doing this for a long time, for like 12 and a half years officially. There are other ways that will get you to where you need to be more quickly. So if you do want to know that, you can book a session with me. Please don't book the session with me just to have a chat and, oh my gosh, I get to speak to you, because it means that somebody else who wants to be able to discuss how we can work together doesn't get the opportunity to do it. But if you would like to find out more about working with me over a short period of time, it might be a month, because you've got quick goals and ambitions. You might want to work with me and soundboard with me over a year, where every month we can meet online and we can go through and build on what you've done before. Or you might want to do it in a day, classically known in the coaching world as a VIP day, but also known as a private intensive or client strategy day, where we put a strategy in place, we nail it all down, we map out what you need to do, whether it's video, speaking, posting, a combination of all of those, and we map out where you're going to, what it is you want to sell, and how you will use visibility to have more people come and find you. So shouting out IMO, who I think from memory is based in the US. So giving you a wave there. So that's it for today. I just wanted to share this. It's been a long time since I've done a live video simultaneously like this on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on my Facebook page. So if you're thinking, what? She's got a YouTube channel. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, all you need to do is go to my profile and you'll see a link. You can click on it and you can subscribe and watch there. If you're thinking Facebook page, it's my public Facebook page. It's Jenny Kovacs, the Queen of Being Seen. And if you go there and just search for @visibilityvibe, you'll be able to follow along and get any content that I share over there. And if you're watching this on Facebook, which I don't think any of you are, I think you're all LinkedIners, by all means, go over and search @Jenny Kovacs on YouTube, you'll find me, or go over and search Jenny Kovacs on LinkedIn and you'll find me there. But most of all, I want to hear one thing. I've just shared a lot of information in a short amount of time. What's the one thing you're going to do differently having heard this? You can post in the comments below, or you can send me a private message and let me know. Until that time, it's as easy as ABC. Keep on keeping on, because your voice matters. Bye for now.